All right, I hope you can hear me, and I'm lagging again, as with every video. But today is a very sad day. As most of you, or rather maybe half of you, who are subscribed to my channel, know, Ascender Incremental has been discontinued. It's actually been discontinued for a very long time. I've wanted to make this video for quite a while, but I've never wanted to do it. Sort of like an abusive girlfriend that takes all your money, and or perhaps your time. I have spent 12 days, 6 hours, and almost 12 days and almost 6 or 7 hours on it. Um, and 120 Robux. I mean, but that's nothing, right? Uh, and then yeah, it's they where do I begin? So first off, Ascender Incremental originally it got 15,000 players. If the devs had continued updating the game, we could probably be seeing around 5,000 players today. And I don't think they would have discontinued it. I'm gonna be honest. Money talks. Money really talks. Money is what makes them put the option to spend tens of thousands of Robux on runes that are actually required to progress instead of a simply optional thing. In order to get to where I am right now, I have gotten one, at least one of every single one of these runes. That includes malevolence. This thing, crazy, right? And then oh yeah, there might be something else that I don't know. Probably in the global rune. I'm gonna be honest, but uh, I think what happened was really the game just started dying. Um, and well, I think it got a lot of players because one of the um, it is a pretty good game at the first stages. I'm gonna turn down my graphics if I can do that, but oh, okay, it's on two, so I'll turn it down to one, and then let me turn off automation. Okay, it is quite a good game by itself. However, the devs really ruined it when they, of course, secret hidden runes are something I haven't actually seen on any incrementals so far, but they are like they're a very nice idea. Kept a lot of players on here, and got me a whole ton of views. So thank you to the developers of this game for all the views I got for my hidden rune videos. Um, but then they added the Robux token gating. What I mean by that, if you don't already know, are these upgrades where it costs Robux tokens. How can you get Robux tokens? Either spend an obscenely long amount of time in the game. Look, it's 200. There's 250 of this upgrade. It scales up to like costing 20 Robux tokens per upgrade. Either you can buy Robux tokens on a 1-to-1 ratio of Robux to the tokens, right? Or you can once again wait for an obscenely long amount of time. I'm earning Robux tokens much faster than players a bit lower than me because I have a bunch of boost for the Robux tokens, but it still takes a very long time. And without Robux tokens, you literally you can't go, like you can't progress. At least you can't progress into the hidden runes sector of the game, and without these global type runes, the four global runes, you cannot even get to the secret runes area of the game. Um, and then, so what made them quit was, uh, I'm going to turn to scientific notation. So basically, they add hidden runes, and look at this. I'm not even close to finishing the hidden runes, and I'm already at 2.6 E 250. The double float integer limit is 1.79 E 308, which is just one with it's just 1.79, but times one with 308 zeros behind it. Now you would expect that this isn't a problem. Let's be honest, right? This is an incremental game. You see 1.79 E308. is the limit for a computer to store it because a double, which is the number system Roblox uses, can't store anything higher because it doesn't have enough bytes. However, if you just look in the toolbox of Roblox, there is infinity num, big num, eternity num, and omega num. In fact, if you look at how much stats I have, look at my chromium. This is already the number limit squared. Or perhaps let me go to my stats. Here's my energy. E 300 about 304,000 zeros. Like that's a little bit more than the limit, isn't it? Um, and yet because I don't know, the game wasn't making enough money. There weren't enough players, right? Or they couldn't think of something new, something like that. Which if you want more players, maybe don't make your game require more than what is this, like more than 300 hours of playtime to not even be able to get to the next stage in the second realm. Like, come on, that's not how you balance a game. um but the, yeah, they could have just swapped out all the times they use numbers just for omega num here. It's really not that difficult. Or they could have seen this coming when they added the nexus rune, which is literally one in like a centillion. But no, they didn't do that because I don't know. The game wasn't making enough money. Which, if you think it wasn't enough, if they thought it wasn't okay, my mom's calling in the background. To tell my brother to wash, go take a shower. 你可以不要讲了吗？你可以不要那么大的声音吗？ Okay, in case you were wondering, that was Mandarin. Okay, anyways, so if you were to look at all, let me turn off scientific notation. Okay, so let's take this mad rune for example. Just this rune. This comes from the madness rune, and to get one of those, or let's say you buy it with this, right? 10,000 of these. What the amount I have is equal to around 200,000 Robux. Now, it's a global rune, meaning everyone gets it, but I was not on permanently. I'm not chronically online, contrary to popular opinion. Contrary to popular opinion, what am I talking about? Anyways, I'm not chronically online, right? I had this much playtime, but it's not like I'm not always online. And yet, I literally have millions of Robux worth of these runes. And so, why, like, how is money the problem here? Just update the game, make it a little bit easier so that we can actually progress, right? Um, Now, of course, you gotta blame the developers, not the game, because the game, I mean, it's an inanimate object. And so, as I don't know, as a little tribute to this game, I will be going through all the runes I have for the last time, unless of course they update again. If they update again, I'm not gonna take down this video because I want the views. However, yeah, I'll make another video, of course. So, all right, let's begin with the 5 million beginner. Sorcerer, yay, Overlord, Superstar, Elite, and then Legend, Champion, all the regular ones here, right? I have dogs of these. All right. Royal Triarch, Destiny, Odyssey, Immortality, Prosperity, Divinity, Kingslayer, and then nothing. All this stuff is you already know it. Galactic. I don't have any hidden runes here. I'm only going through hidden runes. Basic. Apex, Disarray, Array, Shift, Hyperfinality, and Mystery. Color. Onyx, the one I'm going for right now, or yeah, the one I'm going for right now. Whirl, Vanta, Gleam, Bloom. Nope. Torrent. This is nature. Torrent, Riptide, Bolt, Cyclone, Squid, and Thorn. Polychrome. This one has quite a few. Zephyr, Oblivion, Oscillion, Abyssium, Vexed, and Aether. Actually, there's not that many. That's interesting. All right. Cryo, Buff, Stray, Oki, Garmin, Video Spectrum, And yeah, okay, that's that. Arctic, frostbite, mirror, and blizzard. And then global, there's Etherborn. Ultra, there's eternal. Ancient, there is omen. And for madness, there is malevolence and vehemence. Okay, this video is actually shorter than most of my Ascender incremental videos. Uh, yeah, this is honestly really sad. If the developers actually just made the game, for the love of the game, maybe they'd still have more players and they'd be making money for this. But unfortunately, they threw it away and started making. Apparently, they're making a new upgrade tree game, which I'm gonna be honest, unless it gives me tens of thousands of views like this game, I'm not gonna play it because I don't trust them anymore. Right? You can only have trust once. It's sort of why Pet Simulator 99 got way less players than Pet Simulator X, right? And I feel like these guys, you know what? Pet Simulator 99, I'll grant, is more pay to win than this. Or is it? Actually, you need to have these and Robux tokens to progress. So it's kind of free to play, but someone has to pay for it, right? Um, let's see. All right. Uh, what do I talk about now? Obviously, I'm at 11 minutes. I got time. Ooh, Nightshade. I forgot how nice these looked. All right. Hang on. Okay, let me do this really smooth segue. All right. So um unlike the developers of this game, you know, God is very consistent and very faithful. I don't mean faithful as in believing. I mean faithful as in the way you'd be faithful to like a spouse or a friend. Um, now it's a lot of people say stuff like not say stuff like I mean what I meant was, we've got atheists and we've got agnostics. First off, if you're agnostic, why? Or I guess your question would be what, but my question is why, right? There's I mean, if you don't, I think God or no God is the most basic and fundamental question. There's only one correct answer, and it's not with atheism. But yeah, I don't know why you'd be agnostic. There's evidence of God everywhere. I know some agnostics. I'm pretty sure agnostic actually means you don't know if God can be determined. So, so I can't prove God. I can't meet God face to face right now. So I'm just gonna give up. Like seriously. Anyways, and then there's atheism. Pretty. I think I don't know. You got to be pretty simple to be atheist. Not believe like you don't want to talk about the deeper meanings of everything. Nothing's meaningful. The chance our universe is super rare, but it's just rare. It just so happens to be rare. Uh, Entropy, as they call it, moves towards life for no reason. It's really simple, right? Now, if you're on the deciding factor of what Christianity versus Hinduism versus Islam versus Taoism versus other things, right? There's one correct option. Okay, first off, I've heard a lot of people say like, "Oh, if you're not if you don't accept everyone, you're not being tolerant." Now, accepting and tolerance are two very different things. Accepting is, yeah, I agree with you, right? Tolerance is, I may not agree with you, but I allow you to, you know, I give you peace, right? So, um, if you're on that edge, I highly suggest you don't go to Islam specifically because there's no acceptance or tolerance really. Uh, in multiple parts of the Quran that I'm not naming them right now. You can find them yourself. It simply says what? Kill the infidels, kill the Christians. Don't make friends with the Christians and the Jews. And yet they claim to be of the same. They claim to be the fulfillment of Christianity and Judaism. They claim that, and yet the God they worship is completely different. Jesus and his disciples were chaste. Mohammed had multiple wives, including a 6-year old. Like, I don't see, and they regard him as perfect. I don't see how you can still go with Islam, right? Like, um, I've I've heard this before. Without lust, Islam is dust. And then also, you know how Islam spread? War. Without violence, Islam is silenced. W rhymes, huh? And then what about? There's one last thing. I saw this somewhere else, and I think it really makes sense. Muslims read the Quran. Ex-Muslims understand the Quran. If you don't understand it, you shouldn't be a Muslim. But if you do understand it, you shouldn't be a Muslim. Um. Okay. So there's other ones like Hinduism. I'm not really gonna address it. I'm pretty sure Hinduism is literally just mythology. So yeah, just come to Christ. Come to Christ. He is the way, the truth, and the life. There's no other way to God, to the Father, God, to God the Father, but through Him. Um, and yeah, with that, I hope you all have a good day. Uh, Maybe go outside a little bit instead of. I know this is not the first video you've watched, so go outside or something. Bye.